Okay, those are topical. So for topical, you don't, for subsurface, you need a special glass polish. You need something that uses cerium oxide with rayon or felt pads, and that's how you tackle this. And I'll get into this deeper, but it's a specific type of chemical is what it is. But when it comes to topical glass stains, anything that's safe for a clear coat, like a compound, an AIO or a polish, would be safe on topical. So what you need to use kind of depends on how impacted they are on the glass. So usually what I do when I buff out a car, whatever my first step process is. So in this case, it's going to be a compound. So what's my first step process? A compound. I would take the compound and buff out the glass to remove topical stuff, okay? If later on we're going to be buffing out a 76 Eldorado, a Miata, and a 36 Ford, we're going to use Speed and 505 AIOs. That's my first step process. That's what I'm buffing the glass out with. If it doesn't work, I can always use something more aggressive. Make sense? But when I buff out cars, I do all the paint and all the glass. And on classic cars, look at here. This is probably nickel or aluminum fender molding, a chrome bumper. It's got trim right here. You don't tape this stuff off. You run your buffer over it. You make it just as shiny. And I'll guarantee you, if you were to take a white pad and throw any 3D compound or polish on there and just run it over here a couple times and turn that pad around, what color is it going to be?
Black.
It's going to be black. Okay, so removing tarnish and oxidation. So if you're making the paint all shiny, you're making the glass all clean, might as well brighten up the trim while you're at it, because this material doesn't really care what you use on it. If you just buff it with whatever you're using, your first step process, it's going to come out shiny. And then when the customer looks at it, he's going to go, wow, see, the whole thing looks good now. See? Yes.
So, actually at Mobile Tech Expo, I was helping a friend of mine. We had his truck there. He had put a coating on his glass. Doesn't remember what coating it was.
Yeah.
And it was the wrong coating to use on the glass.
Okay.
So every time in the morning, you have a little bit of dew on his window, and he uses windshield wipers, and it would just smear whatever was on the window. I had to try to remove what was on there. Would you recommend? Coating on glass, that's hard to take off, right?
Compound can do it.
Just compound?
Compound should take it off. Yeah, it'll take it off paint, take it off glass.
So you don't have to go as deep with the glass polish?
No.
Because the glass polish is removed. Whenever you're polishing glass, you're actually removing actual.
Well, let me get into that later because this is really complex. So when you're